So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Before I start, I would like to introduce myself first. By the way, my name is Ashapriya H. Mastura from ABPD 2C. And now, I'm going to discuss my topic, which is exploring between social issues, poverty, inequality, and conflict. So, what is the main problem in this society about exploring connection between social issues, poverty, inequality, and conflict? So, for me, the main problem is the interconnectedness of poverty, social issues, inequality, and conflict. So, these factors create a vicious cycle where poverty fuels inequality, and social issues leads to conflict, and conflict worsens poverty. Breaking this cycle requires addressing all these issues simultaneously. Simultaneously means things are happening at the same time. And imagine a family struggling to put food on the table because they are poor. Their kids can get a good education, trapping them in low-paying jobs. They face discrimination because of their poverty, making things even harder. Frustration builds, leading to protests, maybe even violence. The unrest damages the area, making it even tougher for the family to get ahead. To get ahead, it's a heartbreaking cycle, and it's hard to see a way out. For the introduction, let's talk about how things like poverty, inequality, and conflict are all connected. We'll look at what caused this problem and how they affect people's lives. Definition and types of poverty. Poverty is the state of lacking sufficient financial sources to meet basic living standards. It includes absolute poverty, where individuals cannot meet basic needs for survival, and relative poverty, where individuals lack the minimum income to maintain the average standard of living in their society. So, imagine you're trying to get by, but you don't have enough money for basic things like food, shelter, or medicine. So, that's poverty. It can be really extreme, where you're struggling to survive, or it can be mean to not having enough to live comfortable compared to others in your community. So, what are some examples of absolute poverty? Absolute poverty means not having enough for basic survivals. For example, include homelessness, lack of food or clean water, malnutrition, and no access to healthcare or sanitation. Causes and consequences of poverty. Poverty can arise from various factors such as lack of education, unemployment, economic stability, and health issues. Its consequences include poor health, limited access to education, social exclusion, and increased crime rate, which can perpetuate the cycle of poverty over generation. So, this means that poverty isn't just not having enough money. It's a cycle that keeps people stuck. things like a lack of education, no jobs, and health problems can make it really hard to get ahead. And when you're poor, no, it's even harder to get the healthcare you need, stay in school, or feel like you belong in your community. Sadly, this can lead to more crime and keep families stuck in poverty for generations. For example, um, a family struggle because their parents lack education and good jobs. So their kids face the same struggles by continuing the cycle of poverty across generation. So it's hard to break free. Measures to alleviate poverty. To alleviate poverty, several measures can be implemented, including social welfare program, access to education, job training, microfinance initiatives, and improving healthcare availability. Governments and NGOs can collaborate to provide resources and support to improvised communities, aiming to lift individual out of poverty and create sustainable economic opportunities. So, by that, it says that we can help people escape poverty by giving them some opportunities, program that provide foods, housing, or money can make a difference. But it also important to give people tools or idea to help themselves, like education, job training, and ways to start their own businesses. So governments and organizations working together can make a real difference in lifting people out of poverty and giving them a chance to build a better future. Okay, so let's talk about the types of inequality, the economic, social, and political. So inequality can be categorized into economic inequality, where wealth is distributed unevenly. The social inequality, which refers to disparities in education and social class. And the political inequality, where individuals have unequal access to power and political representation. Understanding these types helps in addressing the root causes of inequality. So imagine a world where some people have all the advantages while others are left behind. So that's inequality. It can't be about money. So yes, it can be about money, where some people are super rich while others struggle. It can be about education, where some get great get a great opportunity while others don't. Or it can be about power, where some people have have a say in how things are run while others don't. By understanding these differences kinds of inequality, we can better tackle the problem that cause them. So imagine a world where some people um, uh, imagine a world where some people have all the advantages while others are left behind, no? So that's inequality, as I said kanina. Like some people have great school and jobs while others struggles to afford basics. So that's inequality. That's also inequality. Unfair differences in money, education, and power. For example, no, kids or people in a wealthy areas often have better school than those in poorer area. So, have you ever wanted something really badly? Like, um, parang may gusto kang bilhin or may gusto kang makuha, pero kumbaga hindi mo siya kayang bilhin because you can't afford it. Yes, you can't afford it. So, um, sometimes it felt impossible, no, because you didn't have the same things as other people. That's kind of like inequality. For example, in a school scenario, no, maybe you wanted to join a sport team but you couldn't afford the equipment like sa sports in school, like um, like badminton, um, like uh, kumbaga marami pang sports na kailangan mo gusto mong salihan but you can't afford to pay. You can afford to pay the payment. So yeah. Or you wanted to go a field trip, for example, no, may field trip kayo sa school but your family couldn't pay for it because of not having money nga. So it's not fair when people have advantage, other don't. See, kumbaga kung ikaw wala kang pambayad, then yung iba kumbaga may pambayad siya, then sobra pa. So that's unfair, and that makes things harder for some students. Effects of inequality on society. The effects of inequality are profound, leading to social unrest, reduced social mobility, negative health outcomes, and lower overall economic growth. Societies with high levels of inequality often experience increased crime rates, limited access to quality education, and poorer public health services, which can further entrench inequality. So when some people have a lot and others have very little, or just as short, yeah, that's little also. It creates problem for everyone. It can lead to anger and unrest, making it harder for people to climb the social step or ranking. It also means less money for schools and hospitals, making everyone less healthy and less educated. In the end, inequality hurts everyone, not just those who have less. Strategies for reducing inequality. Strategies to reduce inequality may include implementing progressive tax policies, increase access to quality education, promoting fair labor practices, and enhance social safety nets. Additionally, fostering inclusive economic growth through entrepreneurship and employment opportunities is crucial for reducing disparities among different social groups. So let's make sure everyone this means that uh, let's make sure everyone has a fair shot at a good life, like a race where everyone start at the same line. To do that, we need some real world changes like fair taxes, better school for everyone, fair wages and workers protection, safety nets, opportunity for all. So, by making these changes, we can create a society where everyone has a real chance to succeed, regardless of where they start. And for the conclusion, it says that to solve poverty and inequality, we need to help everyone get a good start, get the tools they need to succeed, and work together to build a fairer world. So I think that's all for this topic or for this report. Shukran and wassalam.